Thanks a lot for coming in. Good morning. Happy to be here.
Something about this community appeals to you?
This is a wonderful place to live.
For Kelowna Now, this is Camp Mulgat. And we're joined by Tom Dias, the chair of the Memorial Cup Committee. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Thank you very much.
So much to talk about for this week that's coming up in May. Are you feeling that it's getting? You feel like it's getting close?
It is getting close, and today was a great day because we were able to announce something that we've been working on. That's going to happen. That's been very special. On Saturday, May 30th. In our partnership with JDS Mining, we are going to bring Brett Kissel to Kelowna. We're going to have it at Tugboat Bay. It'll be live on the beach with regards to having a concert performance. Brett Kissel in our partnership with JDS Mining.
What a great backdrop to kind of show Kelowna to the rest of the country.
It is going to be amazing. What we're planning on is that when you just walk over that little bridge, on the other side of that bridge, the stage is going to be set up. You'll be able to see the performer performing right at you with the backdrop of the lake, with all of the individuals who are here nationally from across the country. We know that it's just going to showcase Kelowna wonderfully, and we couldn't be happier to announce that happening today.
So it sounds like you put this together not just to make sure that the guests all have a great time, but also so that they have a lasting memory of Kelowna and those images that will stay with people and benefit the community tourism, especially going forward.
Yeah, that they will remember the event. They will go home and tell other individuals about their experience that they've had here in Kelowna. We know that this event will have an economic impact of somewhere between $12 to $15 million to our community. And with the ability of people seeing a beautiful evening on the water and recognizing what a beautiful community here, it's only going to help our tourism more and more, even after the tournament's over. Tickets for that event go on sale this Friday on Valentine's Day. And we have just started a little bit of a contest with New Country, where if you're hearing a Brett Kissel song in the mornings for the next 4 days, and if you text with Casey and communicate with them, they will put your name in a draw, and from that draw we're going to pull a winner who will receive 2 tickets to the concert. We'll put them up in a hotel. We'll make sure they have a nice dinner and also a little champagne. So it's kind of that February 14th Valentine's Day present that someone will win.
And I don't know if we're going to remember to get to all of them in our interview here, but there's a lot of events that go beyond the games themselves that you're lining up to make this a spectacular 10 days. So list a few of the things that are happening.
Well, we start on the Thursday with the opening parade. So we'll have an opening parade which is being put together, which will the Memorial Cup will end up right down at Stewart Park. There's a lot of involvement and a whole committee that is putting together that parade. After that, we have our opening banquets that evening on the Friday. Then that will be our first game. And prior to our first game, there will be the Fan Festival Zone, which will be the zone all out in front of Prospera Arena, where there'll be tents set up, as there was similar back in 2003, 2004, with ability to get into those tents and watch the game in there. The game will happen on Friday. There'll be games. And then on Saturday, we'll be activating our family zone, which will be in Stewart Park, which will consist of all of Stewart Park. At the same time, our Hockey Hall of Fame will open up at the Laurel Packing House. There'll be games on the Saturday and on the Sunday. And we'll continue to work with the Fan Festival Zone prior to the games. And then after the games, and in those areas, there'll be music concerts, not only in the Fan Festival Zone, but also happening in Stewart Park, along with a lot of interactive games that we'll be bringing in from the Hockey Hall of Fame, and along with military games that'll be set up in that area. Kubota's bringing in a very large interactive truck, which will be positioned right in front of City Hall. Thursday, there's a golf tournament that we have structured and set up, which is up at the Harvest. Friday we have the first night of our concert series down on the beach, down on Tugboat Bay. And that evening will
the
be
Spitfire Kings.
Spitfire
So
Kings.
they're a, kind of a military feel, but it's a rock band. That's I'm having a hard time picturing.
They're amazing. I mean, it's interesting because one of the individuals, Mike Hall, I grew up with back in Oshawa, and his ability to be a musician and what he does, it would be good for individuals just to kind of go online and look at checking them out. They opened up at one of the Ottawa Senators games just a short while ago. They're an amazing band. It's going to create great excitement there on the Friday evening. We'll have food vendors up at the same time as a number of local breweries will be serving there. The stage will be set up. The game will be playing. Saturday morning we have a ball hockey tournament which will be set up from 9 to 3 or 4 in the afternoon, right down by the Sails in front of Prospera. And then Saturday evening we'll basically have Brett Kissel and the opening bands through Brett Kissel. And again, there'll be craft breweries, there'll be food available all through that.
Wow.
Backdrop onto the lake.
And you've been talking for like 5 minutes about the things that are coming. Like, any chance you've overloaded it? I mean, there's a lot to do there.
Well, it's 10 days. It's 10 days, and there is a lot. It's been a lot of work. It will continue to kind of ramp up in the next 90 plus days to get there. But it's been a lot of work. There's been a very strong committee that has been continuing working. I think we're at about 40 or 50 now. And they're all very keen to make certain that this is just as good as it was in 2003 and 2004 and potentially better.
Of all the things you mentioned, it's so cool that they can pick up the Hockey Hall of Fame and just move it to Kelowna or something like this. So much to see there.
Well, we saw it when we were in Regina when a couple of years ago, and then we saw it last year when we were in Halifax. So we had a great opportunity to kind of look at the things that we wanted to be able to bring to that, and to save you a trip from going all the way back to Kelowna. I mean, going all the way back to Toronto, and kind of go through the Hockey Hall of Fame. We're bringing it here,
right?
So you can walk through the Laurel Packing House and check out all the history. Along with there'll be an element of military history in there also.
So there's still some tickets available for the games themselves. But if they happen to sell out before anybody acts on it, it sounds like they can enjoy this tournament, whether they were able to get tickets or not.
There are still ticket packages available, so individuals can look at going to the Kelowna Rocket site or the CHL site, or they're sold through Select Tickets, so you can also go to Select Ticket sites for the game packages, which allows you access to all of the games. And they're basically $69 a ticket for all of the games. So they're sold in packages. There are tickets, again, as we mentioned, that will be going on sale this Friday, Valentine's Day, for the Brett Kissel concert.
Right. Fantastic. You took on a lot, taking on this chair. Are you starting to feel that you're coming through to the other side, that you've got a good week set up? 10 days?
We were speaking beforehand, and you said, "Are you losing sleep?" Some nights, you kind of you keep that notepad beside the bed and write down things that you want to make sure that you don't forget. It's little things. It's like making sure that you have the correct number of volunteer apparel. That's all of the the proper ads are going out, the proper branding's happening.
Right.
That accreditation is set up properly. It's not just myself. There is a good team.
Right. It sounds like the bones of the thing are in place. Now you got to make sure you iron out all the details.
Correct.
Right. You don't step in any potholes.
Yeah. I mean, there's good communication that happens with the Western Hockey League, with the Canadian Hockey League, and our local committees here that are helping us to. We know it will be a great success.
Right. Sounds like it's in good hands. Thanks, Tom Dias, for coming and telling us about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching Kelowna Now.